Okay. Jai Gurudev. Uh, Previously, we thought a topic regarding the people as a resource. Continuation topic we are going to discuss today. Previously, we discussed regarding the people as a resource by investment on the human capital, on education, health, and proper training skills to increase the abilities and skills and acquiring of knowledge for the future purpose. How this people resource utilized by human resource. We discussed previous topic. Now we are going to discuss regarding the economic activities. The economic activities. What are the economic activities? So nothing but these economic activities involves in the production of the goods and service. So how means in three ways. It classified in three ways. In three ways, what are means one is in three sectors. In three sectors, what is one is primary sector, second one secondary sector, third one service sector. In this three service sector, again what type of includes? What in primary sector? What type of industries were includes? Well, coming to the secondary sector, what type of industries were includes? In service, what it will be there? So this we are going to discuss regarding the economic activities were made by the men and women. So nowadays men and women are equally working together in production of the goods and services. So now let us continue the topic economic activity. The economic activity by the men and women. So men and women are playing a key role in production of the goods and services. For which purpose this all will be added in the national income. Nothing but it will be added of the men income and women income. Whoever the income it will be adds in production of goods and services will adds for the national income of our country. Economically developing country. Economically it will be develops their individuals and as well as it will be help in development of the economy of our country. So economic activities classified in three main sectors. Three main sectors will be classified. Again we will know this in deeply in 10th class regarding the sectors of Indian economy. Sectors of Indian economy deeply we will be known in upcoming classes. So upcoming coming to here, it divided into three types. One is the primary sector, and another one is the service sector, and another one is the secondary sector. Second one and third one is the service sector. So coming to in primary sector. In primary sector, what type of includes? Which types will be includes means agriculture. So agriculture nowadays it is backbone of our country. It is nowadays not from previously also we will say agriculture is the backbone of India. So this agriculture, why? Because at that time 71 percentage of the people were engaged in the agriculture sector. The agriculture sector. So according to now it is nearly 49 percentage of people were engaged as the employment opportunity in the agriculture sector. So among these two sector it is the most important because more people were depends upon directly and indirectly getting of employment opportunity in this sector in primary sector morely. So agriculture sector, animal husbandry is nothing but growing of the cattle animals like goat, sheep, buffaloes, so like that and fishing, poultry farming, nothing but poultry farm we can say as chicken what we are eating today meat. So growing of hens and mining and quarrying. In quarries we will see limestones, some cements etc. Quarrying we will see mining regarding coal etc etc. So this all will be involves in the primary sector. In examination point of view, in NTSC they will ask you or objective mode of question they will to ask you which sector will come under this dash. So like this they will mention like fishing and coming to the trade, banking, education, teacher etc. like they used to ask in the examination. So fishing it will be under on the primary sector, will come under the primary sector. So these are the sectors which were included in primary sector. In primary sector this means people where the men and women will be in agriculture, husband wife will do agriculture. Okay na. And at the same time in animal growing of animal husbandry, in fishing also nowadays, farming, growing of hen farms, etc., etc. So men and women's both are economic activities. These are the activities economically, nothing but which were involved in income. And the next one, coming to the secondary sector. Secondary sector nothing but manufacturing of industries, manufacturing industries. So lot of industries are there. Iron and steel industry is there, chemical industries are there, fertilizer industries are there, fertilizer industries are there. A lot of industries, lot of manufacturers industries will come under the secondary sector. Will come under the secondary sector. Next the third one is the service sector. The service sector, or we can call as the territorial sector. So coming to here, in this sector, what will come means trading. So whatever the goods which will be produced here, it will be go to the industries. Industry will be manufactured. So it want to go to the customer. So how it will go? By the service, by doing trading. Nothing but buying and selling of goods together is known as trading. So how it is possible? By transport. By transport. How is transport? By communication from one place to another place. Through banking. Through banking. So banking means obviously we have to know the education, health, service, tourism, insurances, hotels, restaurants, teachers, lawyers, doctors. These all will come under the service sector. These all will come under the service sectors. Trading, transport, communication, banking, education, health, tourism, service, insurance. This will all come under the service sector. So while coming this, the economic activities by the men and women include in the three sectors, one primary sector, secondary sector, service sector. In primary sector, what are they? Agriculture, animal husbandry, and we're coming to the fishing, poultry farming, mining and quarrying. And we're coming to the secondary sector, manufacturing industries. In service sectors, transport, education, banking, health, insurance, trade, etc. These all will be played, and these activities gives a result in the production of goods and services. These activities gives in the production of goods and services, in the production of the goods and services, which will be added for the national income, which will be added for the national income. Upcoming classes we will know deeply in 10th class regarding the GDP, gross domestic product. So how it will be helpful for production of the goods and values, how the previous year based goods and present goods, how they used to calculate, like that it will be helpful for the national income. These are the economic activities, and especially economic activities are two types, two parts. They are divided into two parts. One is the market market activity, another one is the non market activity. So market activity which were used to work for the remuneration, for remuneration performance. Well, coming to the non activity, it is known as self consumption. Self consumption. So coming to know economic activities. Economic activities are divided into two parts. One is market activity, another one is the non market activity. So in market activity, what it involves? It involves the remuneration. It involves the remuneration. Anyone who can performance for their pay or profit, for their pay or profit, they wish to do. And non market activity is nothing but production of the self consumption. Production of the self consumption. So economic activity is two type: market activity, non market activity. It will be example. How means I am a teacher. For example, I am a teacher. So I were used to teach the student based on the remuneration. That is for pay. And while coming to non-activities, if the student get any doubts, it will be clarified by their parents. So or parents or some guardians or some other neighbors. It will be for the self-consumption. So it is not remuneration paid. It is free of cost. So self-consumption. So non-market activity, nothing but production of self-consumption. It is a production of the remuneration based. So paying based coming here. And we can take the nowadays men and women. Especially women are working for the domestic chores. Especially women. So women were used to work for the domestic chores, means nothing but they were used to work at our homes. So without paying money, without paying, they used to prepare food, they used to prepare the children's and take caring of the home. So but they are not used to take any remuneration. So this is for the self consumption. But while coming to the men were used to work and he were used to look after the families. But nowadays what happened means according to the men and women wages not at all giving proper based on their qualifications, based on their work experiences. The women's also getting somewhat equal pay when compared to the men. And in some other benefits also they are not getting in the private sectors, like maternity leaves or some casual leaves or some paid leaves also they are not at all getting for the women's in private sector. And while coming to women's were used to get very less remuneration when compared to the men's in the economic activities. These are the economic activities regarding the men and women. Men and women. Now, green revolution, regarding the green revolution. Small, it is not in the topic, but just saying about green revolution. The green revolution, which were impacted in agriculture field in increasing the production of the food grains due to the scarcity of land resources. By increasing of population, by invention of modern method of technologies, by using of high yield varieties of seeds, fertilizers, chemicals, and by pesticides, the green revolution especially introduced during the period of 64 to 66, but in 65 it was implemented properly. And coming to the Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh in production of the food grains played a key role by the impact of the green revolution. So it was introduced by M.S. Swaminathan. He is the father of the green revolution and agriculture sector also. This is about the green revolution. IT revolution, which were made a key role in consumption of human resource. So when compared to the material plant and machineries, when compared to the material plant and machinery, it acquired the high knowledge. Nothing but striking the importance of human capital. Striking the importance of human capital, acquiring high position, acquiring a high position, acquiring the high position, acquiring the high position in material plant, etc. So this is about the green revolution and IT revolution. So which made a importance in the people as a resource, people as a resource. So economic activities were divided by the men and women in three sectors, especially primary sector, secondary sector, and service sector. So these played in key role for the result in the production of the goods and services. Goods and services to get the income for their individual, and as well as it will be helpful for the production of the our national income also, national income also. And economic activities are divided into two types. One is the market activity, another one the non-market activities. So it will be remuneration based, and that is for the self consumption based. This is regarding topic economic activities, and we are going to discuss the quality of population. Quality of population we are going to discuss now the topic. If any doubts, you can contact me. You can call to my number, and you can clarify the doubts individually regarding the topic. So quality of population we are going to discuss now. Quality of population.
Oh.
Now, quality of population. The quality of population depends upon depends upon literacy rate. Depends upon literacy rate, and as well as it depends upon the health of a person, indicated by life expectancy. Life expectancy indicated by life expectancy and skill formation and the quality of population ultimately decides the growth rate of the literacy of the country. And the quality of population, especially we were used to discuss regarding the literate and health. We can call this as a asset. We can call population as an asset. Well, coming to the illiteracy and health, unhealthy as a liability. So, quality of population. First of all, I want to say about the population and regarding the growth rate of our population of our country. So, during the period of 1872, the British government were started calculation of the population every 5 years. But later in 1881, what happened? It is very difficult to calculate. So every 10 years they were used to calculate the population of our country. So regarding the population according to 2011, so at present 2011 population 121 crores. Our Indian population is 121 crores. But 2018, according to 2018, our population crossed nearly 130. Nearly 130 our population, 135 crores were crossed regarding 2018. Now 2000 every 10 years means in 2011 they were calculated population. So next to 2021 they used to calculate upcoming next year by the human home ministers, central home minister by calculation. So to 121 crores during the 2011 they were our population. And regarding we are in second place in the world the population. First place goes to the China. And very less population means Vatican City having very less population, and smallest country in the world also, 0.4 square kilometers Vatican City, and no females also. So like this only males means popes will be there. So while coming to here, according to this our India second place in population wise, India occupied the second place. First place goes to China. In percentage wise, India how much means 17%. China how much means 19%. Vatican City is very short, very short that one. So this is the population regarding. So this will be conducted by whom means Census of India. The office were conducted by the Register General and Commissioner. Register General and Census Commissioner under the Ministry of Affairs of Homes. So this is a thing. So quality of population. The quality of population ultimately will decide the growth rate of a country. The quality of population ultimately decide the growth rate of a country. How it is, sir, means especially by the literacy. What is literacy? The person who can read and write. The person who can read and write. at the age of 0 to 7 years. You can read and write 0 to 7 years is known as the literacy rate. And the person who has a healthily, the person who is healthily, it will be shows, it will be indicated the life expectancy, nothing but the growth rate of person, nothing but age expectancy will be increases by the invention of the new medical equipments were decided the growth rate of life expectancy among us by skill formation, by skills, nothing but improving of skills formation by the medical equipments, new technologies which were created, nothing but transportation of hearts nowadays. What happening, it is expectancy increasing of our life, this will be says as the quality of the population ultimately decides the growth rate of our country. What will decide the literacy and health? So that's why it is called as an asset, that's why it is called an asset. So asset means profitable. And next one coming to illiteracy and unhealthy will create liabilities. Illiteracy and unable to create liabilities, these are the problems, these are the problems వస్తుంది కదా. These are the problems. Illiteracy and unhealthy are the liabilities. This is the quality of the population. Quality of the population will be depends upon literacy rate and healthy of a person. How it will means, it will be decided by the life expectancy. How it is possible means by the medical equipments which were developed scientifically nowadays by the skill formation, nowadays by skill formation. It created the ultimate growth rate of our country by providing of a quality of a population. Why? Because population was increasing in our country. We in worldwide we are the second place in population. First place goes to China. NTSC bit also examination point of view they will ask according to 2011, and it will be looked after by what? A census of India. The office will be conducted by the Register General and Census Commissionerate. So by this it will be very used to control. So now in 2021 we were used to calculate the population of our country. Every 10 years we were used to calculate the population of country. In 1872 it was introduced by the British government in calculating of the population. This is the quality of the population. So most important topic. Next we are going to discuss regarding the education. We are going to discuss education. So education. In education, why the education? All people will think that it is a boring. For starting, the children were used to think education is a boring for his life, but later it will give a fruitable for them. In the way of getting of job, in the way of getting good package of the remuneration of the salaries. So they will know the value in upcoming futures. But starting, it will feel as a boring for them, the education. So that's why the education provides new aspirations. It provides a new aspiration among the people, and it develops the values of life. Values of life. It gives the moral values, how to respect the person, and it will give the importance in acquiring of knowledge, and it were used to develop the abilities and skills, and it were used to contribute for the growth of the society. Contribute for the growth of the society. What one? Education. What one? Education. So education is also most important in human care resource. People as a resource, in that compulsory education is important. So education, first starting they will think the people, the birth of life will think the education is boring for them, but later they will think it is a fruitful for them. Fruitable fruits, like a fruits. Why? Because it will give a job opportunity, good salaries. That's why education is important. So education will provides, it provides, the education provides, what will provides? New aspirations, new aspiration, and it develops the values of life. Developed values of life. Values of life. So education will provide new aspiration and develop the values of life. At the same time, education will give, it enhance the national income. it help in enhance the national income, and as well as it acquiring of knowledge, acquiring of knowledge and creativity skills. Okay, skills, as well as it enhance and it will develop the culture richness, which will develop the culture richness among the students it will develop, and it will be income, increase the efficiency, it will be increase in the efficiency of skills and knowledge. Skill and knowledge. This is about the education. So, what happened means education. The education will provide new aspiration among the students, learners. Among the learners, it will be develop the values of their life. How to life? It will design their life in future for the betterment of the society. For the betterment of the society, as well as it will enhance. It will enhance in development of the national income, the growth of the country. At the same time, it will be acquiring of knowledge and as well as creativity skills, and it will be says about the culture heritage richness of our country. It shows the culture heritage richness of our country and increase in the efficiency of the skills and as well as knowledge. Like this, it were used to play key role. So, in the 10th 5-year plan, the given education also importance in our country. It's starting the government budget, they spent 151 crores. Now, it was increased up to about 43,500 crores in spending by the budget, especially on education by the government, means the budget system in 10th plan. Now we are in 12th plan. In 12th plan, it were increased nearly 60 crores above, 60,000 crores above in the budget. According to the GDP, according to the gross domestic percentage, according to the GDP growth rate, what happened means it were increased from 0.64% to 6%. Above the 6%, it was increased in spending of the education by the government. And what happened means the literacy rate also increased in our country. How much percentage means 81% in 1951 to 74% of 2011. Literacy rate also will be calculated among the population literacy level also. So literacy rate. So according the literacy rate, which state is the highest means literacy rate? Kerala is the highest one. This is the examination point of view. Okay na? Lowest which one means that is Bihar. Bihar in the lowest literacy rate. In population highest Uttar Pradesh, and lowest Sikkim. In population highest literacy, in population highest population of state in our country Uttar Pradesh, more population, and less population, lowest population Sikkim. So lowest population Sikkim. While coming to the Union Territories highest Delhi, and while coming to the less in Lakshadweep. So literacy rate also most important in the examination point of view. And the government were introduced during the period of 2010 regarding in the education system, that is known as Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan were introduced by the government, nothing but providing of compulsory education to the children at the age of 16 to 14 years to increase, to develop the literacy rate among our country. The government take the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan program. Program during the period of 2010 in providing of education. Why? Because it is right to education. Before that, it was involved in direct principles of state policy in our Indian Constitution. Direct principles of state policy is nothing but they are not justful in nature. So that's why what happened again, it was mentioned in Article 21A regarding right to education for the student in fundamental rights. So fundamental rights are justifiable. If we'll go to the court also, it will get justice for us. But in direct principles, it is not possible. For that purpose, again, it made an amendment in the education system. So the government were introduced Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan program by the government. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. So Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, the program which were introduced by the government, providing nothing but giving a elementary education, universal elementary, giving an universal elementary education for the age group of 16 to 14 years. Nothing but compulsory education providing. Again, government were introduced midday meal program. Midday meals program. So nothing but for increasing the attendance ratio. For increasing of the attendance ratio in the government schools. So for that purpose, the government were introduced. First state which means that is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu were introduced. The TN state were introduced the midday meals. Tamil Nadu were introduced the first midday meals program to increase of the attendance ratio. So midday meals program by the Tamil Nadu government in improving of the attendance ratio, as well as providing of the nutritional status among the providing the new retention and attendance and retention, and as well as it were used to provide the nutritional status among the students. For this purpose, what happened is midday meal program were introduced. By the education government. Not only for the elementary education, at the same time the government take action in providing of the colleges, growth of the colleges, nothing but growth of universities. Colleges under, they were used to work under the UGCs, growth of the universities and institutions, also for the higher learning, in higher learning in specialized spaces, it were helped a lot. The growth of universities as well as number of colleges were introduced, number of schools were introduced, number of universities were came, and providing of opportunities for teaching non-teaching staffs, and number of students enrollment were developed. So increasing of the students, increasing of colleges, increasing of the schools, students, okay, power gone.